Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hero Sticks, Edward back again, and this will be my final word on the Fox and Summit Knives El Capitan. I've been so stoked that Bearded Gear and Stasa23 both gave me their take on a couple of the other variants that I sent out. This one here is the bronze aluminum M390 brass hardware. Again, we've all heard it. Oh, thing's a beast. It's huge. And I've been thinking a lot about this knife because it is impractical. Though it cuts great and the ergos are great, the action on one of the variants was extremely tight, problematically tight on the green titanium, the one that Jake at Bearded Gear reviewed. This one's actually much better. And I can Spidey flick it relatively easily. But again, it's a huge knife and it's not for everybody. But it got me thinking. Knowing there's so much intelligent design behind both of the brands, Fox and Summit knives, I got to thinking about El Capitan. And as I mentioned, I have climbed a bit. And the face itself is one of the largest, longest, and tallest and flattest faces in the climbing community. And it just dawned on me that that's why this beast is so tall. It's in celebration of El Capitan, the peak. Again, that's not going to solve the lock bar tension issue that we discovered on the one, nor the enormous girth of this knife, but man, for me, it really kind of ices it as a cool piece. So I'm keeping one, and it is not this one. I'm reluctantly sending this one back. Tools for Gents was gracious enough to let me hang on to all four of them for a time so that I could really get a feel for them. But again, if anybody's interested in buying this, I'll sell it just to make my money back. I did have to pay customs and VAC on it though, but man, it is a really killer blade. And, you know, like Jake was saying, you know, when would I carry this? And as I climb, and with some instances, I'd like to have a knife this size with me. But this is not the one that I'm keeping. And the reason I'm not keeping this one is it's too pretty to use and it's too big not to use. And so in this particular setup, it's not one I'm going to hang on to, though. It's really beautiful, and I might regret it. But there you have it. The one I am going to keep, though, is right here. As I mentioned, I've been working on putting together some better EDC setups, and I want something that was black that I can kind of scale down with the size. So this is the black G10 in D2. I know it's expensive. We've talked about the D2 already. I don't mind it. So this bad boy is going to come with me on climbs. It's going to stay in my bug out bag. So I like the tactical size. Again, I love the grip. I love that it's huge. When I have this in my hand, I know that I can take care of just about any cutting task that might ever be put in front of me, and I really dig it. And again, for me to be able to retain a piece that comes with such clever and thoughtful design language, with such a fantastic look, and an outstanding piece, and a conversation piece as well. I mean, this is a fun one to talk about. So there you have it. El Capitan, not for everyone. One of them is for me, and truly, if you're interested in the bronze and brown aluminum, let me know. I'm sending another one over to, actually the one I'm keeping over to D-Tom Knives and Gear. Super stoked for his review, but those are my final thoughts on the Fox Knives El Capitan. I will end with a quote about the mountains. I was thinking to myself the other day, you know, we spend so much time paying attention to what other people are doing and what other people are saying. And we spend so much time thinking about what other people are thinking. And I've been off social media for quite some time. This is the only venue that I participate in. And I've been reading a ton. And I will tell you that in addition to knife collecting, reading is a fantastic, life-giving, enriching, spirit-enhancing experience that I would recommend. And so tonight, because of El Capitan and because of the design language behind this blade that I love, and the inspiration that it means to me with the mountains and climbing. I wanted to read from a classic book that probably many people have heard of, Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. If you haven't read it, it just is a very simple, palatable, and incredible read that really inspires a sense of adventure. So check this out. I plunged into that high-blown ecstasy produced by lofty peaks, without feeling dizzy this time, as I was finally getting used to these sublime contemplations. My dazzled eyes bathed in the clear irradiation of the sun's rays, and I forgot who I was, where I was, and lived the life of elves and sylphs, those imaginary inhabitants of Scandinavian mythology. I was intoxicated by the voluptuous pleasure of the heights, oblivious of the depths my fate was shortly going to plunge me into. And that resonates with me a bit, having had the privilege and joy of summiting a few peaks up here in the Pacific Northwest. So the words and the knife and the experience comes together for me. El Capitan's a go. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.